Hey Floss Tube, it's Christine, Miss Cookie Stitcher, and I'm back and I have a secret for y'all. Look at that sweet girl. This is Poppy and she is 4 months old and I got her after Cleo and I lost Gemma earlier this year. And Gemma just had kidney disease and it was time for her to go. So we got Poppy and she has her own hashtag on Instagram. I'll insert that here. And then, of course, a reminder of Cleo's hashtag, as well as an insert of the video of when they first met, which was not good. But they're doing well now. And it's like she's always been here. So that was Poppy. And it's been a while since I made a floss tube. I'm on spring break finally. I was so excited. It has been a transitional year for me, finding a new job, getting used to new stuff. So it's almost over. We have until the beginning of June. So starting Monday until about June 7th, 8th, and then that's it for this year. It'll be a wrap. So looking forward to it. I'll be going on a couple trips this summer. The first one will be Poland as soon as school lets out, so around the 14th to the 15th of June to the 24th. And then right after that, I'm going to StitchCon. I'm so excited. I got my invoice a couple weeks ago. PayPal just popped up on my phone, and at first I was suspicious because I've been having some issues with a person opening up a credit card in my name that I found out because I'm always checking my credit report. And so at first I was like, oh no, $150 for my PayPal account. And then I looked and I saw that was an invoice for StitchCon. So I didn't think I'd make it. I just put my name on the waiting list just to see how it would go. But I'm going, so I'm so excited. It'll be my first retreat that isn't local to me. So I'm super excited about that and can't wait to do that. So again, it's been about 3.5 months since my last video. So I have finished some stuff. I think my last video was an end of the year wrap up and maybe some ideas of what I wanted to do for 2019. So I've had a couple finishes. I wanted to finish some works in progress before I started new stuff. I haven't really put myself on any goals for, Stitch 9 or anything else like that, like a no start, because you never know what's going to pop up, and I have a couple of things that are going to be happening this summer, so I'm glad I didn't say no new starts and that I'm just working on whips. So the first one I finished was the Primitive Hairs Believe in Dreams. So I finished that in January. It was my first finish of the year, and I didn't put the words at the bottom. It says Believe in Dreams on the original, but I liked it the way it was. It's going to be framed. I'm thinking probably a gold frame around that and hung up with some of my other, like England, Tudor related stuff. So that was finish number 1. Finish number 2 was Shakespeare's Birthplace by Down Under Designs. It was an older design. It was a handwritten chart, so that was interesting. And there it is. And yes, those are French knots for the flowers. I felt that it needed something more, I guess. And so I put the French knots in just to give it some more depth, I guess. So I'll probably end up framing that once I finish Anne Hathaway's Cottage. That I've put to the side because I think I'm going to change some of the colors on the roof. The thatched part, I just didn't like it. So it's sitting aside. I put it aside until I could decide what I'm going to do. So hopefully that'll be one of my finishes this year too. Knock that out of the way. I also finished Sweet Land of Liberty by Blackbird Designs, and I finished it on this hoop box. So it fit perfectly. I know in the Blackbird design finish, it's much closer to, the design, but it fit perfectly on this box. And I made this at a finishing class that I took at my local needle workshop, Pandas Crossing. And that's what the inside looks like. And this was based off a tutorial by the Twisted Stitcher, Vanna Pfeiffer. So if I think about it, I'll put a link to that down below, and so that you can get it. It is a process. You do have to stain the hoops. I like the stain now. When it first goes on, I didn't realize that it would change, and I hated it. I thought it was going to be horrible. But I like it now. I like that it has, that it was applied differently in different areas and it took differently, because it just kind of gives it that antique look, and the sticker didn't come off. So, but it's on the bottom, so that shouldn't matter. So, Sweet Land of Liberty, a finish, and an FFO, all in 2019. And then another finish that I had was from the Stitching Parlor, and it was called Her Royal Highness, and it's supposed to be for a sewing box to go in, that's related along the Queen Elizabeth at her 2012, what was it, the 60th anniversary of her being on the throne. Let's see. And that goes in one of the main boxes right there. So it has the roses and the crown and the lions on it. So that's the main part. I think that goes in one of the drawers. And then in the smaller drawers, there's like a teacup and a teapot. So, and I did all this on even weave that I just had lying around, and the called for colors in the pattern. This is the top of the pincushion. It's Big Ben, which is the bell, not the tower. Big Ben's the bell. The tower is the Elizabeth Tower. And then we've got a beef eater. He goes in one of the drawers with one of the ravens. And then one of the guards. Another drawer. And the variation just showed up really well on some of these. And then we've got that for another drawer. So lots of little fiddly pieces. And I'm not quite ready to do those yet. Besides, I don't have the sewing box that it goes in, but I figure it can just sit there. So all the pieces are finished. The next step would be the FFO, and that was I decided to do that one because it seemed like a pretty easy and quick stitch, and also because the pattern was borrowed, and I want to try to get that back to the owner because I have enough whips to worry about. So those are my finishes. I also had a really small finish that I did, and this came from Nashville Market. It is a floral cup pincushion kit by Samplers Not Forgotten, and it comes with everything there except the buttons, and the piece is super tiny, and there we go. So the little flowers, and then they'll go in a pincushion on top of the cup. It's a tiny little cup. And then it came with the wax as well. And the tiny pins. So once that's all finished up, I'll show that again as an FFO. But that was one of my Nashville purchases. I have so many more. I easily spent $200 again this year on stuff that I wanted and stuff that I didn't know that I wanted and stuff that I desperately needed. So yeah, I guess next part is, so those are finishes. Then I have my whips on my list. So I have a couple that I'm working on. Some I'm working on more than others. Um, I've been working on Haunted Mansion by Tiny Modernist, and it's not in this one. I put it down because I made a mistake. I mean, it wasn't something that I couldn't fix, but I found myself making more and more mistakes. So I decided just to take a break, and that way I wouldn't get frustrated, because I think that's what was happening. I was just getting tired of it. All the rooms are finished. The moon is finished. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my god, it's the cutest thing ever. Halloween's not my thing, but this is totally my thing. I just love it. And I miscounted in that little tiny house. It needed to go down another row, but I was like, whatever. I probably won't even remember where I made the mistake, unless I come back to this video and look at it. The stitching is fine. It's nothing I can't fudge. So we're just gonna let that go. But I'll get back to that. I do want to have that finished this year, but I need to take a break. I need to let it get out of my mind for a little bit, and then finish some other stuff maybe, and then I'll finish that and move on to another project. So that's one work in progress that I have. Another whip is the Unicorn Biscornu, also by Tiny Modernist. And at first when I looked at this, I'm like, ugh, there's too many oranges. But they're actually not orange. They're actually pink, and it came out looking much better than I had anticipated. So I have the bottom finished. Alright, so that's the bottom. And then I have the actual unicorn parts, which has more colors and more shapes that might take me a little bit longer to do. But I'm working on this one. It's the one I've been working on the most the last week and a half. But I'm also adding another project in because I'll be doing a finishing class on this one as well. Not the Biscornu, the next one. And it was a Nashville release. And the finishes from when my LNS went, the pictures they came back with, that Donna and Tara came back with, were just amazing. And it's Sue Hillis Designs A Study in Blue. So a lot of us at Pandas are doing this. We even have a hashtag for it, so I'll add that in case you want to look at what everyone else is doing. And there's Cleo. She likes to say hello, even if it's just with her tail. So, in my face. So, that's what I'm working on. And at the end of July, I want to get that finished, because by the end of July, we're going to be doing a finishing class to put it on the paper mache box and finish it up. So, that's I'm working on as well. And I finished one part of it. I finished the scissor fob, the smallest part. Okay. So, and it's a big, you have to stitch it on a fat quarter. So, let me fold this up a little better so I can see what's going on while I'm showing you. So there we go. And that is the called for fabric, but not the called for thread. I changed it. I think it was supposed to be Gentle Arts Dungarees, and it was just too light of a blue for me, maybe too country of a blue, so I changed it to a Victorian motto, and it has a lot of variegation to it. That's what I love. It's got blues and grays in it, and that is upside down, the color. And there's not really a DMC conversion, but I like the high amount of variegation that's in that. So that's why I chose that one. I didn't find anything from General Art that I really liked, and the price point is great on Victorian Motto, so I decided to stick with that. Another one I'm going to have to start sooner rather than later was another favorite from Nashville, and that was Hands On Designs Meow Block Party. And I did get the pins that go with it. Again, that's going to be on another fat quarter. Beautiful beige. I think that's what the called for is. So that's going to go on that, and I'll get I just don't have the threads yet, so we'll go ahead and get those threads. Maybe when I go to the retreat at Pandas Crossing at the end of the month. That's something that we do just about every year, maybe twice a year. It just depends on the year. And this year's theme for the Panda Retreat is Home Sweet Home. So after that, I'll have more projects to work on, which isn't a problem. I mean, you know, I'm probably not going to do Mania. That's just, May is a very long, busy month for teachers. There's a lot of end of the year stuff, a lot of testing, and some days, you know, I just come home and microwave a meal and go to sleep. So there may not be a lot of stitching going on in May, and that's okay. I have all summer. So, and one more whip I nearly forgot about. It's another one from Sweet Land of Liberty by Blackbird Design. This is part of Liberty Rose. Here we go. And I did change some of the colors. I can't remember which ones. I think the gray and the white. The original color for the white was too close to the fabric, so I just replaced it. It was easier. So there's that. And I also have it in a project bag I made. Found a tutorial online. Don't remember whose. I'd give credit. My corners aren't great. They could be better. There are a couple things I do differently just to make it even. But, you know, for my use, for just a project bag to throw a cross stitch project in, I think it came out pretty good. There are a couple of other ways I'm going to try it. I used to say, I'm not going to do project bags. Everybody does project bags. But I have all this fabric that are just the right size for project bags that I'm not going to do anything else with. So, might as well make something out of them. I'll have plenty of projects to put in them. So, what else? Okay. So those were my whips. Now the big part is going to be my haul. I have regular haul, and then I have Nashville haul. So I'm gonna go regular haul first and just show y'all what I've gotten. Some of it's duplicates. I'm sure I've showed it before, but I don't remember showing it. And I don't want to go back and watch the videos because that would just be too easy. So I got a couple more of these fanciful Tiny Modernist Biscornus. I got the mermaid one. I might change her little top to purple just to go with the Little Mermaid. And then, of course, the dragon one. And then, of course, for my kitty Poppy, I got the Poppy one. I just like it. It looks fun. Looks quick. So I'll probably do those on Ada just like I did the unicorn one. It's just, I think it's 16 count Ada. It's just a little easier. I have it. And for something that small, I'm not going to go out and do that. I also bought the Mirabilia Cross Stitch Designs 25th Anniversary book, and that has the cameo in it. Guys, I showed the pattern, so I'm going to edit that out, but yeah, the cameo, here it goes, that, I may never do it, I probably won't ever do it, I don't know, after all the brouhaha last summer over the release of the 21st anniversary patterns, I lost some interest in it, just because of the backlash and the complaints. Um, but we'll see. Maybe I'll get over that in a couple of years and I'll just stitch it anyway. Can't remember if I showed this one. Jardin Privé, Simple au Chat, with all the kitty cats. Don't know if I do it in the red, but I mean, I might. I mean, why not? I also got this Stony Creek teacup sampler that was on clearance. Don't know if I'll do that one. I love the teacups though, so that's why I had to get it. I also got Home for the Holidays by Sue Hillis. And, of course, Hands-On Designs, Chalk on the Farm, Winter Wonderland Farm. And for these, I've been dyeing my own Ada, just black. I'm not worried about the chalk colors. And I'll be using DMC. I have enough DMC. I'm not going to worry about that. I also got this finishing grouping. It's not meant for anything, by Lady Dot Creates. And it's got velveteen and trim that's hand dyed. And it's just like stitching stuff. So I thought that was cute. I'm sure I can find a use for it to finish some stuff. So, and this big bag, this is the rest of my Nashville stuff. That's so much. I'm so excited. This is gorgeous. It's from the Primitive Hair. Love it. Came in a box. But it is the Tudor needle fob with the Tudor rose. To kind of go with the one I got last year, the Anne Boleyn one, which I'm still working on that. It's a work in progress. And that kind of goes with the Tudor Maiden. I just love her designs. I have more than I'll ever do, but I really like it. So that is all going to go away. Wanted this one, Antique Cups and Spoons by Shakespeare's Peddler. See that without the glare? And Plum Street Samplers, Salt Shakers, Spring Salt Boxes. I probably won't stitch them like a Polaroid picture, but I do like that. I also got eventually a sucker for these Blue Pot Pillow by Mani Didana. And of course I got the finishing pack as well. So the accessories pack with the rings and the pins. Of course, one of the favorites, one of the best, Ooh La La by Blackbird Designs. And there's some more of the, I just like how they look. And I like the book finish up here. So I need to figure out how to do that eventually. I have another one. Can't remember which one I bought. Goodness. So much more down here. There are the Just pins from Just Another Button Company for the Meow Box. And from the Blue Flower, there's Poppy, right? Life with Cats. Why are you surprised? Best Bed. It's true. I like the boxes. Not Abused. That was a calico. That might be Cleo, but I think the next one, Royal Audience, that's more Cleo. You know, you may touch me only if I permit it. She's that kind of cat. Alright. Here we go. Sister Suffragette by Summer House Stitchworks, with all of the different pins that can be made from all the different countries. I think it's really cool that those were added. Lindy stitches. I still remember the days I prayed for the things I have now with that sweet kitty. Okay. And that's her kitty. And my cats aren't Maine Coons, but you know, that definitely looks like my old OC did. That tabby cat. Love tabbies. They're so sweet. From Val Stuff, I'm Not a Scaredy Cat pincushion kit. It's just sweet. You know, I'm a sucker for black cats. Gemma was a tuxedo. And I have Poppy. She's all black. You can see in the good light, you can see her tabby colors as well. Turkey Bay. I know this didn't come out at Nashville, but I bought it with all the Nashville stuff. And the same with antique scissors and spools. I bought that all, you know, might as well just go all for it. You're going to spend money, just spend it all at once. So that's my haul. I got a lot. I'm going to be busy for the next, you know, through retirement. So we'll see how all that goes. Eventually it'll get done. Some of them will be higher up in my works, pushing some other ones down, obviously, because new favorites come out all the time. You want to stitch what you like, so not necessarily what's, you know, the oldest whip. That may not work all the time. So, you know, you just stitch what you like, because otherwise it wouldn't be any fun. And why would we do it? So lastly, how I'm keeping track, because I didn't get to start using this last video, of my stitching and some of my other crafting. I'm using this mini happy planner. It's a Miss Maker line that came out last year and has since, just try looking them up and seeing how much they are. It's ridiculous what the prices are. But what I did is I wrote down each day the pattern. I started to write no stitch days, but then if I left them blank, it means the same thing. And then for each different one, I put a different washi tape down at the bottom so I can see how long I worked on each. And then I have so many stickers. It's obscene. It's ridiculous. And I'm starting to, I need to use some of them. I need to get them done. So I'm using them any which way I can. So what I did is for the unicorns, I found unicorn stickers, and for that, that was for Believe in Dreams. Then for William Shakespeare, I did the rainy day stickers, even though it never rains all day. Like I live there. It doesn't rain every day, and it never rained all day. It rained most days, but for a little bit. So, you know, it is what it is. And then for Sweet Land of Liberty, for that design, I used some of my patriotic stickers, some old Flag Day stickers, and then I continued that in through February, where I finished Sweet Land of Liberty because I had to have it ready for the box class. And then I started Her Royal Highness, which you can see the whiteout. I thought it was Her Majesty because as Queen, she is titled Her Majesty, and Her Royal Highness is saved for the lesser royals. So, but that's a technicality. So anything that was like patriotic, I did for Sweet Land of Liberty. And then for Her Royal Highness, I just used these gems that I found. If I had more crowns, I would have used those, but it took, you know, it was a good 2 weeks to get that done. So that's how I've been, 3 weeks. And then at beginning in March, I haven't had any finishes. I finished Her Royal Highness at the beginning of March, but that was more of a February finish. And then Haunted Mansion, I did that for 3 weeks until I started screwing up. And then, so that just was going away for a little while. And then Liberty Rose closed out March. And for those, I just used up some Halloween stickers. So I keep those. I have a little pocket in here where I can keep the stickers. And I used Halloween stickers because I have more Halloween stickers than there are days called Halloween in a year. And then for Liberty Rose, I just used some random flower pictures since it is a rose. So yeah, and then that finished up Haunted Mansion. I had some bigger stickers, so they just covered up 2 days, especially when I get behind in labeling. And then Unicorn Biscorn New, I just used up some more of the unicorn stickers. It's not right next to the other project, so I was like, okay, that's cool. And then I had to get new unicorn stickers. And then the blue stickers are stickers I haven't used that are blue for a study in blue. So that way I could get those done because I'm not going to use those in my regular planner. So I wasn't too worried about that. And then sometimes, like, I'll keep old sticker sheets and I'll put stickers on them so that they're all together and I don't have to go through all these different books. So that is what I am doing with that. And that is my craft planner. I do keep my crafts generally in here, just a list of what I do every day. Don't know what I'm going to do when it's done. Right now I keep my planners, especially my happy planners, because I keep memories in them. I put little notes in them and I can go back and look at them. Don't know how long that's going to last. That's going to deal with space, and I know a lot of people like to keep them and archive them, but I don't know if I have the will for that. I do have currently in my planner, because I've always had planners at one point or another. Either I've made lists or I've had planners, and this is the one I'm currently using, and I'll be switching out in July because I found one with black cats on it. I mean, like, no, June, July. How cute is that? Of course, yeah, you knew I was going to get that. And I also have my teacher planner in the back, and I won't be using this type of planner for next year. It didn't work for me, and if it's not working, I'm not going to use it. Having the two of them together is just too bulky, and I'm just not going to do it. So right now I'm using the monthly pages, and I'm not using the weekly pages. So we're keeping that together until the end, and then the insides will go in the trash. I don't keep my teacher planners because they're functional as opposed to memory keeping. So I'm probably going to throw that out at the end of the year, minus any information like passwords or summer stuff that I'm going to need for next year. But I've already figured out what I'm going to do for next year. So there's that, and that's pretty much it. I don't know how long this video is. It's probably over 30, close to 45 minutes because I accidentally showed the pattern. So I'm going to edit that out and hopefully edit in some of the hashtags for the new kitten, for the old kitten who is behaving remarkably well considering that she's no longer the baby. And I'm going to get this mess cleaned up. Must be wrong. I'm not going to get the mess cleaned up. It's a craft room. It is a working room. If it's clean, that means I'm not using it. And if I'm not using it, I'm wasting it. So I might as well work in the room. Kind of like my desk at work. It's a mess. My craft room. It's a mess, but I've been using it pretty much every day. For the last couple of weeks, even when I've been working. So that's what keeps me sane. That's what we're going to go with. So hopefully I'll have this up at some point. You're going to see it eventually. Whether it's within a week of my making it is totally up to what I decide to do. It's beautiful out. It's sunny out. I'm going to end up doing some yard work this week. Get those weeds taken care of, and hopefully get some more stitching done. So hopefully I'll get another video out before StitchCon and before all my trips this summer. Let's shoot for Memorial Day. Maybe it's my next break. So, happy spring, everybody, and happy stitching.